Okay, now have a look. Now I want you to look closely. This is John Travolta. Now this is when I, in fact, interviewed John Travolta when I went to Los Angeles for the inaugural trip of the A380 plane, the Qantas plane, and he was sitting in the captain's seat, as he looked very good, and his hair, pay special attention to the hair. It's probably not the greatest shot to have a look at, but when I saw him up close and personal, because I was literally 2 and 3 feet away from him, it was very unusual that day. Now, a lot at the moment has been said about John Travolta's hair. To tell us more, Pete Timms joins us. G'day, Pete. Now, there's been some new photographs out. Just fill us in, because that was 18 months ago.
Yep. So, well, we've got some new photos of him just in the last 2-3 weeks. He's been at a few events around the world, and look at his hair here. Look how long it is, how luscious it is. Okay, it looks fantastic. Okay, so that's only a couple of weeks. Now it's a little bit shorter and shaved.
And that's what, how many, 4 days later?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
5 days later.
You can get your hair cut.
You can get your hair cut. Here it is again, a couple of days later again. So you can even see his hairline is moving a little bit as well. He goes from one of those a peak, and then it goes flat, and then it goes straight. And it's kind of.
Can we look at those again? Let's just run those three.
Have a look at the hairline, especially is the thing with him. What he reminds me of a bit is, remember those Play-Doh dolls you could push up and then you could cut their hair and push it up again? It sort of just keeps appearing, this hair. So he's got it there. Okay, so now see how it's going back a little bit more in the back of his head?
Well, I've got to say, this is probably not the most important event in the world, but it has sparked curiosity. But now that takes me back to when I interviewed John Travolta, because when I sat there and talked to him that day, his hair was painted on. It was painted, and he was virtually bald, but it was painted, and I found this curious, and I've gone, you know what went through my mind? I thought, I loved him because he's such a good bloke, but I was sad to think he's so vain that he can't actually go bald and be confident. But I found out, with great joy later, he'd just flown in that day from Paris, doing the movie From Paris with Love, where he had a shaved head and he played a bad assassin, and they didn't want to give away the look. And then I interviewed him 6 months later, and he had hair again.
So there's always the excuse, though. And you know what? I spoke to Joe Bailey.
Yes.
The hair expert. Wig. He thinks the guy has some fantastic wigs. Yeah. That's what Joe thinks, yeah.
But I tell you, they're good wigs.
I tell you, well, he can afford them. You know, if you can afford a plane, you can afford a decent wig. But normally trying to get that hairline here and never have it, that's and hair in a can, too. That's the spray-on stuff you can get as well. See, these men, they get so vain, they just have to have it. I thankfully don't have that problem as yet.
Well, you can sit there with great confidence as a 30-something-year-old going, I've got hair, I don't
Exactly, that's why
are we talking about poor old John Travolta's hair?
Right along.
I don't know. But why is it that blokes have trouble with receding hair?
See, I can't get that either. I've got relatives and friends who their hair...
You've got hair.
Yeah, exactly. But then they just shave it off. And I mean, it sometimes can look worse because it starts coming back. You get that monk's look going on around the edges. I mean, boys, just
okay,
go with
boys,
it.
I want to know, do you have an issue of receding hairline or losing your hair? Come on, blokes, give it to me this morning. Kerry-Ann@9.com.au. We want to know your real thoughts, and is it an issue for you?
Something more important?
Yes.
The Razzies.
The Razzies.
Now, the Oscars are around the corner. Okay, so but we'll have the Razzies.
What is a Razzie?
The Razzie is kind of like poking fun at the Oscars and the movie industry. So it's the worst of the worst. So the worst film, the worst actress, and the announcements are on over the weekend. We've got some. Okay, so worst actress, I think the first one up is Miley Cyrus. So she was in a movie called The Last Song. So Miley Cyrus is up there. Jennifer Aniston has been nominated.
Really?
Yes. Oh, have you seen The Bounty Hunter with Gerard Butler?
No, I didn't.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Don't, whatever you do. Also, Jack Black's up there for worst actor in Gulliver's Travels, which I've heard is just horrendous. Even though he did a lot of promotion for it, apparently it's just shocking. Great story, but just a shocking tale. Sex and the City Girls and also Twilight Saga has been nominated as well for worst films. Well, I can't watch those Eclipse shows.
I actually got into them for that.
Really?
Go figure, I did. But didn't Sandra Bullock get one last year and she accepted?
She actually went to it.
What a great sense of humour.
No, she's great. Because it's held at a pub in LA somewhere, you know what I mean? It's not some big event. It's just fantastic.
And she got worst actress and came
out and got her Razzie. She loves it, yeah. She's such a good sport, isn't she? We love her. She's great.
Love poking. Why are we poking fun? This is disgraceful. But we love it.
Speaking of poking.
Yes?
Warnie? Liz Hurley?
Lovely segue.
She's been texting with a T, okay? Yeah, she's been texting. How about that great shot where they're trying to give each other mouth to mouth or something? It's just it's a classic shot, this one. This was over the weekend. This one where they're at a hotel as well. But these guys...
He's got to have something.
I tell you, it's just unbelievable. But these guys can't stop sharing it with everyone. They have to Twitter. I mean, Twitter is for tweets. Like, she's been up to some monkey business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, I can't understand why these people have to Twitter every single moment of their lives. But we love it, obviously.
Well, obviously. And then they'll go, why does the press follow me?
Yes, why do they do this? Why are they so mean to me? Texting away.
There you go. All the best this morning, Pete Timms.
Thank you very much.